What's going on, everyone? And welcome back to the channel. It has been a while, been a couple weeks, and even longer since I've done any gaming related videos. So, yeah, got a few things I want to talk about, and obviously, as the name suggests, Nintendo Switch. Yeah, my take on it, I would say, not the truth of the system itself, but the truth around the whole situation. And we'll reference a little bit for any of you those who know Game Dave at all, know his channel, which is awesome. You should check it out. I'll put a link to his channel down below. But kind of feel like it ties into what we're going to talk about. So, yeah, it's going to be good stuff. So let's get right into it. So for the trailer, we'll show it up here as we're kind of talking. If you didn't see, this morning they announced a new Nintendo Switch. So as everyone was all hyped up, they've been talking about for years and years. Seems like every YouTuber known to man has at one point at least talked about it, how it's coming out, it's going to be this, it's going to be this, it's going to have all these sweet features, all of that. And new one comes out, and wouldn't you know, it does have some of the sweet new features. The wider kickstand, well, a new dock has the LAN port attached with it, and the big one, it's a little bit bigger of a screen, 0.8 or so. So I think the old one was 6.2. This one is a 7-inch screen and OLED. So as the name itself suggests, which they kept it simple, just went with straight Nintendo Switch OLED model. So pretty awesome. As of right now, at least from what I've been able to see, there haven't been any pre-orders have gone live, but yeah, hopefully soon. Hopefully I can snag one. I'm really hoping to get that white model. I mean, it just looks so sleek, so cool. Obviously, I know everyone should know exactly what they're doing. It's reminiscent of the PS5. It looks just like it, the white and black ratio there. So looks really cool. I'm excited. Hopefully I can get it. Because I really need a new Switch. I have the original one, the launch edition, and it's struggling. The fan sounds like it's about to take off every time I play, at least for the first few minutes, and so really excited for it. Gonna be fun. Gonna be really cool. So I'll have a link to the YouTube video from Nintendo that announced, so you can go watch it, see all the little things. So should be cool. But wouldn't you know, as soon as this came out, I mean, the comments on it, every YouTuber that I know, of course, started talking about it. And what were they talking about? How they were disappointed, for the most part. Some didn't. I know Beatamus was pretty excited for the most part, though he did bring up some concerns, which obviously most people are going to have. You know, they're going to have things they wanted, things that maybe, didn't happen, or, didn't quite meet the mark that they wanted. But this is the bigger issue. This is what's really happening, and is the fact that it doesn't matter what goes on. It doesn't matter if the Switch had if it had 4K, if it had 120 frames per second, if it had ray tracing, whatever. YouTubers, people in general would find something to complain about. All right, they would 100%. And if you don't believe me, the PS5, the Xbox Series X. I mean, for the most part, as far from almost everything I could see, those systems exceeded everybody's expectations in terms of what the capabilities had in it, and what between what the rumors were showing and what actually got released. Yeah, I mean, it was designed, maybe not, but for actual just specs, I mean, it blew people out of the water, the amount that people could do. But what happened? People are still finding ways to complain about it. Oh, it didn't have this. Oh, the hard drive isn't as much. Oh, expandable storage is too expensive. Something. There is always going to be something that people complain about. And obviously, criticism is a good thing in some instances. There are times where it can help, and companies can make the wrong move. But for anybody that has been a fan of Nintendo for more than a couple of generations, and the majority of people that I see that complain about things, especially Nintendo, are older, so they probably know. Nintendo has never been one to do the latest trend. They're never going to do the one that has the highest graphics card, the highest processor, the highest memory. Nothing. Doesn't matter. They never have, and they never will. Why? Or at least, well, as far as I know, never say never. But all their systems have always usually been behind the times if we're terming just in technological advances. Why? Because they focus on the games, they focus on the experience, and they are a very traditional company. Japan is a very traditional country, so they're going to follow along those routes, and the people that work for them were there for a long time, so it's going to happen. So the fact that people are complaining about this new Switch, the OLED model, and the fact that people saying, oh, it's not worth it, blah, blah, if it may not be worth it to you, then don't buy it. that's one thing I love about Nintendo, and like the 3DS, the Game Boy, the DS, all of their, especially handheld systems, and a lot of their home consoles, including the Wii, the Wii U, well, maybe not the Wii U. They've always had revisions that appeal to a certain market. It's never been, oh yeah, we're releasing a new model that has higher specs and is better in every way, just because they don't need to. And yeah, some of their games, and I do know, I believe beat 'em ups made the mention of Age of Calamity, the Hyrule Warriors, that it definitely does struggle on the Switch. So that I understand, but at the same time, I don't. I mean, the hardware could be to blame a little bit, but I do think a lot of it is just optimization. Because think about it, Xenoblade Chronicles and Xenoblade Chronicles 2, for the most part, honestly, from what I've seen, run pretty damn well on the Switch. And I know for a fact those games are more taxing, have more stuff going on, and than Age of Calamity. All right, So, anyways, I don't know. It bothers me. It bothers me that so many people basically choose not to be happy for something, choose not to be excited for something. Because let's be honest and let's just have hard facts here. That is all it is. That is all it is. People are just choosing to be unhappy with announcements. I mean, E3 is a perfect example. All these Nintendo Directs, they're always going to find something to complain about. Now, again, that's not to say it's not criticism, because you can say, oh yeah, there was a botched presentation. This missed the mark. The Diablo Immortal announcement, that definitely missed the mark. In my opinion, honestly, Square Enix's presentation, where they're coming out with the pixel remasters of the first 6 Final Fantasies and not bringing it to the Switch, that's missing its mark. Right, that deserves criticism. But having this new OLED model for the Switch come out, where it is targeting handheld players, the better screen. It takes advantage of the better battery life of the last rendition of the Switch, which was better than the original version, which I have. And yeah, it's the stand, all that. It's an improvement for sure, and it's not. And in my opinion, that's really all it needs. All right, they're not going to go to 4K. There's no reason for it. The next Switch, maybe, absolutely. But right now, there is absolutely no reason why Nintendo needs to put out a 4K model of the Switch. There's no reason, because almost none of Nintendo's games it's going to matter with 4K. Not going to matter, all right? It's not going to happen. Some of them absolutely could even do upscaling better, where even the 1080p looks crisper, but yeah, here we are. Beating the dead horse here, but there we are. And that leads us into a little bit how I mentioned earlier of Game Dave. So if you don't know him, his channel is down below. Awesome channel, awesome dude. Again, I honestly don't know him personally, but his content is just spot on. He knows how to create content. All right, he has that. I mean, it's acting, it has that production value, and he's just funny dude. Funny, it's awesome, digitally distractive. It's great stuff. But his last video, he doesn't post very often, which is completely understandable, especially because he had a baby. Actually, I think fairly soon, or actually, it might have even been a bit before I had my son. But yeah, so basically, it's a channel of he wants to make content. He's gonna make content. It's just he also wants to hang out with his family, and he wants to do it. So basically, and he's basically getting a lot of people that are pissed off at it. Saying, oh, he's waiting 6 months for new content, blah blah. Which absolutely, if you love his stuff, I mean, absolutely, obviously, you want to see more stuff, but it does come down to this overall issue of people on the internet are gonna find things to complain about. All right, and it's more so that, I mean, a lot of these YouTubers, that is their full-time job, so they can do it all the time. They can do it every day. Like I said, full-time job, full-time family. I mean, other stuff. I mean, I've been fixing up a trailer, going camping this weekend. So there's other things that go on, and especially when you have little kids, yeah. I mean, some things take a back seat. And a lot of times stuff like this, when it's not your primary, if it's not a source of income at all, or it's not your primary source, things have to be put on the back burner. Your livelihood comes first. And so it's just one of those. I mean, with the Switch, with almost anything gaming related, and just the internet in general. I mean, everyone is just so damn critical about everything, about everybody. It doesn't matter about the content you create. It's better if you get it first. It doesn't matter if you enjoy what you're talking about. It's just a matter of, oh, you're getting those views. You're getting us. And I see it all the time. People are talking about, oh, well, this video did crappy. Oh, that sucks. Oh yeah, no, I guess I better not do videos like that anymore. And again, I get it. If it's your full-time job, you got, it's a fickle world. It's a fickle job to have. It's like real estate. Sometimes you can make a lot of money. Sometimes you would make none. And so, but I really like what he said, what Game Day said in his videos. Basically, it's, are you creating videos for the views, or are you creating videos because you want to? Are you creating stuff that you want to talk about? And I mean, I have nothing to say, or I have no leg to stand on that aspect, because I mean my videos that I make are definitely not to the production value of ones like Game Dave or even ones like Beatemos put into. They know what they're doing, hands down. I definitely don't. My videos are very amateur in that aspect, but I enjoy it. I'm not doing this for anything else. I mean, obviously, I don't have very many subscribers, so I'm definitely not doing it for the money, because I don't got any. But it's just fun to talk about, and that's where I think it's, when you have these videos, like people that do it every day, and they're just hashing out stuff, hashing out the old basically the rumor mill every single day. It's like, what are you doing it for? You doing it because you actually like to talk about video games and you actually enjoy the content you're talking about, or are you just doing it for the views? So lay off people that don't upload all the time. All right, they probably have other lives. They probably have other things that they want to do, and again, even if you're just playing video games and don't have time to create content, absolutely play the video games. All right, stop trying to spend so much time on the views. All right, it ain't worth it. But let me know in the comment section. New Nintendo Switch, the Nintendo Switch OLED model. Don't know if it's this rumored Pro that they keep talking about for the last 3 years. Honestly, I'm never going to talk about it because it's stupid. Basically like this: once something gets announced, let's talk about it, because that's what should happen. No more, don't speculate. Don't get your hopes up, because that's all people are doing. They're getting their hopes up. But let me know. Are you excited for it? Are you gonna get it? I'm definitely gonna try to. Man, I want that white model so bad. It looks so cool, so nice. Yeah, if you have it, like, share, subscribe, hit that bell icon. Yeah, we're slowly getting up there. Slow but steady growth. It's good times. We are gonna have another giveaway here soon. Probably when we hit 150 subscribers. So yeah, the more you share, the more chance you might have to win. So as we get there. But till the next time, we'll talk to you guys later.